Angelique Barthel, and I'm the Executive Director of Variety, the children's charity of Illinois.
So, what inspired you to get involved with the organization?
So originally, I was working in marketing at a local movie theater, and Variety and the entertainment industry have always had a really close relationship. So, as a function of marketing, I attended a Variety golf outing, learned more about the cause, started doing an Oscar party to raise money for kids with disabilities. It's just always been a really great group of people, and as I moved through my career as a publicist, there was a lot of synergy, always being able to incorporate a fundraiser for Variety or something like that. And when that career kind of came to its end, I was offered the opportunity to work with the actual organization. I'd already been a board member at that point, but I it was kind of a wonderful progression of starting out as a volunteer, moving into leadership, and then now working for Variety.
Can you tell me about the mission of Variety?
Absolutely. Our our tagline is we would like to help all kids be active, be social, and belong. And how we do that is by creating opportunities for kids to receive the mobility and communication devices that they need that insurance does not pay for. That is one of the requirements. And we also throw inclusive and accessible events primarily in the Chicagoland area. We are Variety of Illinois, and we're trying to expand that outreach into the Rockford and Springfield areas as well. But at this point, kiddos from any part of Illinois can apply for those grants for the equipment.
So, when you're at these events and putting all this together, how does it feel for you when you see these children's faces that they get to, do everything?
It's amazing. From being a part of adaptive sports where you watch a child do something that maybe they did not ever believe that they would, and their parents' reaction, there's a lot of happy tears at my job, and I love it. I would have it no other way. But it is a huge motivator in going and doing the other things, the fundraising, everything that you need to do to help a nonprofit be successful. It all comes down to those moments when a child realizes this cool bike that has this thing that was built on it is mine, and I get to ride it because it has this adaptation that kids don't think about stuff like that. They either have a bike or they don't, and they don't realize that if they have a disability, it costs so much more than it costs the kid next door who they've been watching ride their bike for how many years. They're just so excited that they have that bike. So it's amazing to be a part of those moments.
So, how does it help the confidence level of these kids?
There are many studies that show that things like having an adaptive bike increases self-confidence, and it just the access for a child to be able to participate with their family in their community, to be able to go for a bike ride, get outside, burn off some stress. It really does help their mental state as well as physical.
So, Variety has been around for a very long time. How does it feel to, get the torch and keep moving it forward?
It's an honor. It is. You're right. Illinois has been in existence since 1943. Our first chapter in the United States was back in 1927. So when I see things that, like, this year is our 73rd annual golf outing, it's a point of pride, and also a little bit of pressure. We want to keep this thing going and help as many kids as we can into the future. So it's a wonderful legacy to be a part of.
Since you started as executive director, have you seen the stigma loosen a little bit?
I have. There is a lot more public conversation now around things like person first language, and that's not always what people in certain communities prefer. That's something that I've learned. So person first is basically, you say a child with autism, not an autistic child. You put the person word first. And in the autism community, there is a bit of a pride in saying I am autistic, so they don't mind, they don't prefer person first language. So it really does teach you to learn about the preferences of an individual, which as a society, we're not always the best at doing,
Yeah.
but it's a constant reminder that people want to be treated the way that they want to be treated. And in general, that's just being nice. But also, once you get to know someone, take that moment to figure out what's going to make them feel more included, more comfortable. And it's definitely things are improving. I think the next generation really has it right with how they're speaking to each other and trying to forward that way of thinking.
What have you learned from these kids?
Resilience. These kids have so much fun, and it does not matter what is going on with their diagnosis, their disability. They're just out there being a kid and having fun. And all of us have our bad days, but these kids are constantly being faced with setbacks and medical struggles and surgeries and things like that. And the next time I see them at a inclusive carnival or something like that, the smile on their face is just as big, no matter what they've been through the last year or the last week. And it's inspiring.
Well, not only helping the kids, how does the organization help the parents?
The parents, um, it's really interesting and fun to watch them be able to relate to each other, especially at the events. Because, for example, the carnival I just mentioned, I've been working with that carnival for more years than I've been employed at Variety because it was kind of a volunteer thing I did before. And so over all these years, you've now seen some of these parents become friends. And which date are you going to the carnival? They'll talk to each other online and in our social media groups and see this family they remember that this family has a service dog. What day is this service dog coming? And it's really lovely to see a community of Variety families form around the things that we just want to do anyway for the kids to have some fun, but the families start enjoying time with each other as well.
Where do you want to see the organization in the next 3 to 5 years?
I would love to see Variety continue to grow. As I mentioned, we would love to have a wider outreach into other parts of Illinois. Illinois is a big state. I know there's so many more kiddos that we could be having fun with and helping, particularly Rockford and Springfield, and we've started to work on that. But really, we just want to keep attracting helpers to the organization as well as helping out as many kids as we can.
So, where can people go to find out more?
You can come visit us online at varietyofillinois.org. All of our contact information is there. We are, of course, on all the social media as well, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and very soon we will have a TikTok. So keep an eye out for that as well.